Hey guys, so today we have a rig review. It's been a minute since I did a rig review here in the channel, and Emilio, which is somebody that I featured in the channel before, one of his rigs, because he does the most amazing M gear rigs, has just created one called Fat Marine. Looks absolutely amazing. I really like the design, so let's go and check it out. For those new, my name is Harvey Newman. I like to share my passion for animation here, and this section talks about plugins, rigs, anything that is cool for you guys to actually add to your workflow, your Maya, that I find is incredibly satisfying and I would like to animate myself. I share with you guys here, so hopefully you get to try it as well. So here we are with our friend Fat Marine, rigged by Emilio Serrano. Definitely check him out. I'll leave links down below so you can check his work. He has lots of amazing rigs. Make sure to actually install M Gear before you actually open the rig, because otherwise your rig will look absolutely collapsed like a pancake, and you want to open like this. But once you open it, it will look like this, which is really cool. And the best thing that I have that I've seen as well is that if you go to the M Gear menu and you go into your anim picker and click anim picker, you have an anim picker window here with all the controllers that you can select as you go through it, which should make for a much easier way for you to animate, which is absolutely amazing. So you even have the extras as well. And unfortunately, if you don't have background images, you should be able to click this button here that says fix background images, and you should get like a picture of the Marine exactly in this pose. But even if you don't, in my case it didn't really work when I clicked the button, you should still be able to kind of like click these controllers, and as you can see, I'm picking things, and you can even shift click picking things as you go through. And you can select a bunch of stuff at the same time if you want to. Really handy, incredibly fast. And then on top of that, you have visibility toggles, so you can actually hide and show your NURBS curves. You can basically show the skeleton if you want, and much more, including facial controls that we'll check it out in a second. But let's go through the rig from the bottom as usual to see what we have. Okay. Before we go into it, let's just check these weapons right here. So we have here like a massive machine gun, very Warhammer, incredibly massive, cartoonish. We have controllers here for the ammo reloads. We also have movement, so it can go, which is really cool. Would it be nice to have like some limitations here, but you know, it's always nice to kind of like have no limitations as well. So it really depends. It's just a personal preference. Trigger finger right here, which is nice. Let's see the options that we have for the gun. So bullet shell. Oh, this is a space switching. Okay. I'm not gonna do that for now. And we have like a button to kind of like, I guess, reload as well. And we have little bits here that you can move. So I'm really interested about this stuff. So what is this? So yes, you can move this if you like. And can you translate it as well? Yeah, you can. And then you have a bullet. Oh, nice. You have a bullet that you can shoot. So you have a bullet, comes out, and I guess you can twist this bit here if you want to. Oh, I see. You can split the bullet in two, so it can actually have that explosion. Then you have a massive bullet here as well, coming out of that weapon. Really nice. So you can have all kinds of different things that you can do here. You can actually twist this thing to go and then shoot that weapon. Really nice. So that's one weapon, and then you have the opposite version, which is this mini weapon. This one most likely will fit in his hands. I guess the other one will be good for this hand, and then you probably can just grab it around here, which is nice. And we have, what do we have in terms of movable parts? We have the little, that's cool. And then we have the trigger finger right here. And we have the bullet system right here as well. And then we have some space switching controllers. And there's like a little, I guess this is to, yeah, exactly, to get that that movement. So most likely you can just go like this, and then get this to kind of go backwards or something along those lines. So yeah, that works really well. Now, let's move on to this guy here, the main guy, the guy that we're looking to actually kind of like animate. So his legs look really, really cool. Love it. So we have a pivot system right here. And if you want to translate, we have actually like pivoting the heel, and also the tip of the foot. I love how M Gear has all the controllers laid out, so you don't have to go into like a selection menu or a channel selection. It helps you a ton. I like that. That looks cool. And then I'm guessing this is this translation of the foot. Really nice. Very chunk in terms of controller. Really nice. And then you have a roll controller. So I love these controllers. I don't know if you have seen a rig that had these controllers here in the channel yet, but it's really nice how with one controller you can get the foot to zip and unzip. So you have this zipping action right here. And then as long as you keep those limitations correct, you should be able to get anything you want. Much better than actually going through every controller. So going like this. So this is kind of like how I used to do it back in the day. Very manual. You have to counter a bunch of stuff in order to make it like fly out the floor. So you having one controller that does the whole thing helps you a ton. And I'm guessing you also have the side to sides as well. So really nice controllers right here. So awesome stuff. Then we have like individual controllers if you actually want to do it manually like I used to, and have that roll happen like 1 to 1 like this. Really great. Cool. So moving up, we have the knees here. So nice like movement right here. And I'm guessing this moves like the controllers for the kneecap. Moving up, we have a nice one. Yeah, I like this. So because the rig is actually almost like a robot, right? You have to have movable parts for all these metallic bits. And this is why it helps that Emilio is also an animator, because I'm pretty sure as he's rigging these things, he's thinking about how to animate the character. So having things like this helps you a ton. So if you can imagine that if you add a walk cycle, because it's such a heavy character, as he's walking and his leg is moving up and down, like forward and backwards, you can definitely see that this thing will probably have overlap as you're moving that leg forward and backwards. So this helps a ton to get that overlapping movement. And then on top of that, you have this cloth that you can manually animate and get this to kind of flap about, which is nice, and also twist about. That's cool. That's really nice. So what do we have in terms of spring chain intensity? 1. So let's see if we grab this controller. Yeah, this is great. So Emilio has done this in a previous rig before, and this is really cool. So if you don't want to animate your cloth by hand, you can actually get your character to have auto like cloth happening. Like see this, you get free overlap. This to me is great. As somebody that had to animate for games, and you have to animate very fast, not having to animate your overlap, which as fun as it is when you are in production, it really takes time. Not having to animate your overlap and having free overlap on a rig like this, on things like secondary action, helps you a ton, saves you a bunch of time. So major kudos to Emilio once again for getting that done for us. Now going up, we have the little hips here, or actually his crotch controller. And let me see what we have. I'm guessing we must have a controller for these two guys. Are they in the hips? No, maybe on the main controller. No, maybe somewhere here. There must be a controller for these two dangly bits. I don't know if I'm gonna find it in time, but there must be a controller somewhere here where we can get these bits to dangle a bit. Let me see. Are they auto dangling? Maybe the auto solving this problem. That might be why Emilio didn't actually add a controller. But normally he adds controllers to these things as well to give options to the animators. So maybe I'll find it as we go up the rig. So let's see what else we have. We have the hips. The hips have a space switch, which is really cool, either global or local. Really nice. And let's see this upper body controllers. So we have individual body controllers because it's a rigid rig. Oh, this is great. Look at this. So we have upper body controllers here that you can select individually. Really nice. But then on top of that, you have this controller that just moves the rigid parts of the rig. So we have like really nice overlapping action and there's no intersection. Man, this is why when you find a really good rigger, helps your animation so much. You probably seen this and you're probably understanding that these things are going to make my life so much easier when you animate. And a good rigger that also understands animation through and through will add these things for your animations that basically gives you a lot of stuff for free that you would have otherwise to animate and counter animate manually. So this kind of stuff is so cool. So what else do we have here? We have these controllers that'll move. Okay, move the body in and out. Yep. Okay, this is extra deforms for the body. And then let me just check the chest. So what is this? This is the spine. And then I guess is the softness of the spine as you're moving it about. Okay, and you can have squash if you want. Okay, really cool. And then as we go up, we have two controllers here, one square, one round. What is this for? So this is for rotations and he only moves in one axis. And then this is for rotations on all axes. And once again, really cool. Yeah, okay. And then we have the head controller right here. So cool. Little Skull, he died. He died had a hard life. And you have these little controllers here for the pipes. Oh man, this is great. Having him breathing, going like, that's gonna be amazing. Okay, so what's this? Squash and stretch for the head. Nice. Yes. Who doesn't love squash and stretch, right? And then we have what? Moving of the whole head inside the helmet. Okay, so this moves the top of the head and this moves the whole head inside. That's nice. Very nice. And what is that? Visibility, sockets visibility, machine gun visibility, so we can hide things. Okay, helmet. And then we have helmet gunner. Oh, okay, that's the stuff that goes on top. Yeah, facial controls, definitely need those. Backpack off and on, so I can have controls for the backpack visibility, and then belt controls on and off. Oh, there you go, we found them. We have controllers here as mentioned before that allows you to have extra deformation for these things, which is really cool. And over here as well, I think Emilio might have forgotten to actually get this piece of geo to be part of this controller, unless he has a different type of controller. But just so if Emilio is watching this, like, I think this little circle here is not attached to this geo. It needs to be. But yeah, we have that is connected, which is nice. This is also connected, which is nice. And we have a belt controller. So belt. Oh, this has a spring into it as well. So the belt can actually, yeah, so we have like a little bit of a wobble as you move it around. Yeah, pretty cool. So it has that spring effect that we talked about before. Okay, moving on to the face. Oh, we even have blinkers as well. This is great. We have blinkers as well, even though he's a skeleton. Man, we have like eyebrows controls. Obviously they are limited because he's a skull, but this is awesome. And then frown. Wait, no, that's not the frown. Oh, there you go. Frown. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Pretty cool. Him being all mean and stuff. Cool. So yeah, really awesome. So overall, happy with the rig. Like these things can move about. Looks cool. Do they have a spring? No, they don't have a spring, but yeah, we can move about, have that secondary motion on the shoulder pads. And then we have the backpack. This backpack looks so badass right here. So we have all kinds of moving parts on this backpack. So we have the vents whenever we flying. We also have moving parts here if you want to like twist this thing. And then obviously we have this with spring intensity, just like before. So we can actually set this on, set this to on. And when we move the backpack here, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Then that moves with it. And then let me see if this has fire, because it would be cool if it had fire. Is this the fire maker? Fire main, yes. Jetpack fire main visibility on. I guess he's like, it has like little planes with fire on him. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. And then I guess you can just twist these things if you want to, get them to rotate. And get these things to move about as you're moving about. Sorry, just as an animator, you have a tendency to kind of like make all kinds of noises. But yeah, you can definitely tell these are like the thrusters to get them to kind of like move, you know, like this, right? Really awesome, really cool. Yeah, and that's about it. I think this is the main backpack controller. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is cool. So yeah, I mean, this is really awesome. I love this. You know, for all Warhammer fans out there, I'm pretty sure you've seen this. You're like, oh my God, I want to animate this. And it will already allow you to have like a more cartoony feel for your rigs, because he's a fat guy and Marines are normally lean and, you know, best in class. So really cool to see this. Once again, Emilio has done an amazing job. Oh, you actually have a look at as well, which is cool. Like that. Emilio, as always, has done an amazing job. Top rigger, really awesome work. And yeah, just I'll leave a link down below so you guys can download this. It's absolutely free as usual. Emilio does an amazing job and giving a lot back to the community. So go ahead, get it, do your animations. And if you do any animations, make sure to tag Emilio, make sure to tag myself, and show us what you have, because this guy is begging for some cool animations, right? That's all I had. I hope you guys have a great time. And as usual, have a great rest of the week. Speak to you guys next week. Stay well, stay safe. Peace.